Novitas Solutions, a CMS contractor, welcomes you to the On-Demand Education Series. This on-demand tutorial is a general summary that explains certain aspects of the Medicare program, but it is not a legal document. The official Medicare program provisions are contained in the relevant laws, regulations, and rulings. The information enclosed was current at the time it was presented. Medicare policy changes frequently. Links to the source documents have been provided within the document for your reference. This presentation was prepared as a tool to assist providers and is not intended to grant rights or impose obligations. Throughout this module, you will see a citation number behind certain elements of information as shown in the example below. This citation number coincides with the transcript document positioned next to the Play Now icon you selected on the Training Videos Click and Play page on the Novitas Solutions website. The citation and associated hyperlink to the resource described in the module will be found on the transcript under footnotes for each slide.
Novitas Solutions On-Demand Education Series presents Understanding the Provider Enrollment Status Inquiry Tool. Provider Enrollment Status Inquiry Tool Overview. We will start by reviewing the Provider Enrollment Status Inquiry Tool Overview. Status Inquiry Tool. The Provider Enrollment Status Inquiry Tool provides the status of provider enrollment applications submitted to Novitas Solutions. This resource allows the provider community the ability to track the status of most provider enrollment applications online. This tool provides the status history of PECOS applications, paper submitted CMS 855, 588, and 20134 applications, opt-out affidavits, rebuttals, Part B corrective action plans for denials and revocations, and Part B reconsideration requests for denials, revocations, and Medicare effective date determinations. Search criteria. There are 6 different ways you can search for an application. The Document Control Number, DCN, is a unique tracking number specific to the application. The Correspondence Control Number, CCN, is also a unique tracking number specific to the application. The CCN was previously used for revalidation applications. Unless you are searching for an old application, you will not be using the CCN number. You can also search by the individual or organization National Provider Identifier, NPI. If you submitted your application online through Provider Enrollment Chain and Ownership System, PECOS, you can track the status by using the alphanumeric assigned tracking number generated by PECOS. The last search criteria you can use is the name. If the application is for an organization, you will provide the legal business name. If the application is for an individual, you will search with the first and last name of the individual. Common Inquiry Tool Statuses. We provide a full list of inquiry tool statuses in our reference guide. Some of the most common statuses can be viewed on this slide. Received or activated means that we received the CMS application. In process means the application was received and we are in the process of reviewing the information. In development means the application was received and reviewed, and we have sent a development letter to the contact person to remedy incomplete or inaccurate information. The contact person has 30 days to comply with the letter. Approved means the application was approved. Rejection means the application was rejected for a certain reason. The rejection letter sent to the contact person will detail why the application was rejected and next steps you need to take. Paper processing timeframes. The paper application processing timeframes differ from provider enrollment chain and ownership system, PECOS application timeframes. The timeframes may vary depending on what is needed to process the application. There are also clock stoppage reasons outlined in the CMS 855 Enrollment Processing Timeframes article. Please review the article if you need specifics on processing timeframes. For paper initial enrollment, change of information, and opt-out affidavits that do not require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 95% of applications are completed within 30 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 65 calendar days of receipt. For paper revalidation applications that do not require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 80% are completed within 30 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 65 calendar days of receipt. For paper initial enrollment, change of information, and opt-out affidavits that do require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 95% are completed within 65 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 100 calendar days of receipt. For paper revalidation applications that do require a site visit, development, and fingerprints, 80% are completed within 65 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 100 calendar days of receipt. Provider Enrollment Chain and Ownership System, PECOS Web Processing Timeframes. Provider Enrollment Chain and Ownership System, PECOS web applications normally have a quicker turnaround timeframe. For PECOS initial enrollment and change of information applications that do not require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 95% are completed within 15 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 50 calendar days of receipt. For PECOS revalidation applications that do not require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 80% are completed within 15 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 50 calendar days of receipt. For PECOS initial enrollment and change of information applications that do require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 95% are completed within 50 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 85 calendar days of receipt. For PECOS revalidation applications that do require a site visit, development, and/or fingerprints, 80% are completed within 50 calendar days of receipt, and 100% are completed within 85 calendar days of receipt. Please review the CMS 855 Enrollment Application Processing Timeframes article for more information. Steps to use Provider Enrollment Status Inquiry Tool. Now, we will review the steps to use the Status Inquiry Tool. Status Inquiry Tool, Step 1. First, you will have to access the Status Inquiry Tool on the Novitas Solutions website at www.novitas-solutions.com. novitas-solutions.com, select your jurisdiction and line of business. Select the Enrollment drop-down on the left-hand side of the page, and then Status of My Enrollment. Once you are on the main page, make sure to select the link to proceed to the tool. Status Inquiry Tool, Step 2. You will then have to use the drop-down to select your search criteria. Status Inquiry Tool, Step 3. Next, provide the value. For example, if you selected first and last name, provide the first and last name of the practitioner. Status Inquiry Tool, Step 4. Select Submit Query. Status Inquiry Tool, Step 5. Once you select Submit Query, the tool will list all current and previous applications submitted that matches the search criteria. If you searched by first and last name, the tool will list all applications for that practitioner. Make sure the National Provider Identifier, NPI, matches your individual or organization. Once you find the application, select the Document Control Number, DCN, in the left-hand column. Status Inquiry Tool Results. The Status Inquiry Tool will list pertinent information for the application. At the bottom, the status history will display the current and historical statuses of this application with a corresponding date. Frequently asked question. We have one common frequently asked question concerning the Status Inquiry Tool. My application shows in development or approved, but I haven't received a letter. What should I do? If your status shows in development or approved and you haven't received a letter, you should call the Provider Enrollment Help Desk. As long as you are the individual provider, authorized official, delegated official, or contact person, the representative will be able to email or fax a copy of the development or approval letter. The Provider Enrollment Help Desk numbers are listed, and you can also find the Provider Enrollment Help Desk numbers on our Enrollment Center.
Thank you for attending. We encourage you to visit our website at www.novitas-solutions.com to access additional on-demand resources or participate in our educational events. Visit our Learning Center to access the most current Medicare education.